Hello and welcome to today's American Nurses Credentialing Center's Summer 2022 webinar, Steps and Information on Earning Your ANCC Advanced Practice Nursing Certification. I'm Lourdes Carriega, Senior Certification Outreach Specialist for the ANCC APRN Initiative and Certification Outreach Team. And joining me here today, virtually, are my colleagues from ANA and ANCC, who will now be introducing themselves to you. We will start with Dr. Sean DeGarmo.
Thank you, Lourdes, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean DeGarmo, and I'm the Director of Advanced Practice Initiatives and Certification Outreach. Our team is excited to assist you in your advanced practice journey. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Caitlin Byrne. I'm the Certification Outreach Specialist with the team, and later in the slide we'll be going over one of our newest websites, the Advanced Practice Initiatives page, as well as our social media and promo code information.
Good afternoon. My name is Rosemary Bryson. I'm Senior Nurse Registrar with the Certification Registration Department. And today I'll be going over the APRN certification review and applying the renewal process. And thank you for joining us today.
Good afternoon. I'm Michaela Berry, the Senior Operations Manager for Volunteer Engagement with our Measurement Services Department. Today I will be here discussing one of our newest products, our ANCC Readiness Test, to help you prepare for your certification.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anna Liebeck, and I am the APRN Education Program Specialist Nurse Planner. I'm under Education and Resources Content Development, and I will be discussing how we support you throughout your education journey through continuing education.
Hi, everyone. My name is Eric Lynn. I'm the Membership Marketing Program Manager at the American Nurses Association, and later on I'll be speaking to you about ANA membership.
So thank you, everyone. Our goal for the next 30 minutes is to help you get the most reliable information and available resources as you all prepare yourselves to graduate and move on to the next milestone in your professional journey, obtaining your ANCC Advanced Practice Nursing Certification. We know that this is such an exciting time for all of you, and ANCC is truly committed to walking this journey with you to ensure that you have the tools and resources that you need to be most successful. So let's get started. Our mission for the American Nurses Credentialing Center is, as a subsidiary of the American Nurses Association, is to promote excellence in nursing and healthcare globally through our credentialing program. Here is how we all fit in under the big umbrella of the ANA enterprise. We have the ANA, the premier professional organization representing the interests of the nation's 4.5 million registered nurses. ANA is at the forefront of improving the quality of health care for all, with members in all 50 states and U.S. territories. ANA is the strongest voice for the nursing profession. American Nurses Foundation is a charitable and philanthropic arm of the American Nurses Association. The ANF is highly visible in their active work in awarding research grants, honor nurse program, sending aid to disaster victims, and so much more. And of course, the American Nurses Credentialing Center, the credentialing arm of the ANA enterprise. Here are the certification programs that we offer for advanced practice nurses. The Adult Gerontology Acute Care Nurse Practitioner, Adult Gerontology Primary Care, Psychiatric Mental Health, Across the Lifespan, and Family Nurse Practitioner. All the credentials after meeting the eligibility requirements and passing the certification exams are all listed on the right-hand side of the screen. The Clinical Nurse Specialist, CNS, we offer the Adult Gerontology Clinical Nurse Specialist. And I'm going to hand this over to my colleague, Rosemary Bryson, who would talk about the steps to apply.
Thank you, Lourdes, for that lead-in to the next session of the presentation. Just in case we have some latecomers joining the webinar, my name is Rosemary Bryson, and I'm a Senior Nurse Registrar at the Certification Registration Department at ANCC. As I indicated earlier, today I will be discussing ANCC's APRN certification, reviewing, applying, and renewal process. If you have any questions during the presentation, you can place them in the chat. We will have a Q&A session at the end of the webinar. As Lourdes alluded to moments ago, ANCC offers 5 APRN certifications. During the presentation, I will reference the F&P certification for demonstration purposes only. But first, let's talk about the most important step in applying, the process of accessing our website at www.nursingworld.org. And that process, which is very important, is creating an account. It's very important that you create an account, and you can create it at any time during the process. The sooner the account is created, the better. An account allows us to find you in our system, so the documents that you submit can be matched to the account on file. Being able to match these documents to your account will avoid any delays in reviewing your application. We are asking when you create the account that you use your personal email address. So let me show you on our website how and where you would create the account. This is the main page of our website, the home page, www.nursingworld.org. At the top of the page, you'll see a blue banner that identifies the enterprise, ANA, ANCC, the foundation and resources. Just follow that banner all the way to the right, and you'll see 2 words, login. You'll click on that link, and this registration page will populate. Oh, excuse me. The registration page will populate for you to create an account. And when you click on this blue link that says create an account. When that populates, there will be 2 or 3 different sections of account information that we are requesting. As I indicated earlier, for your email address, we do prefer your personal email address. You will create a password and confirm that password. And then you'll go to the next section, which is the personal identification details. Put in that information as well as your address. And then your phone number, and to the right bottom here, you would submit the form. Now that you have created your account, you want to start submitting your documents. We now accept unofficial transcripts for testing. You can upload an unofficial transcript at the time your application is open and you're applying, but you must submit your final official transcript to receive your certification after you've passed your certification exam. The validation of education form must be completed and signed by faculty. We've updated our validation of education form. Please ensure that you're submitting the current form, which is the May 2020 version, and you can find the form under each APRN page. We now offer an option to submit supporting documentation after you submitted your application. On our website, under each APRN page, you can download and submit what we call a supporting documentation form. Let me show you what the current DOE form looks like, and then I'll show you how to access the supporting documentation form. This is the current May 2020 documentation form. The first page is the cover page, and it just has the information, validation of APRN education form. It gives some instructions to the candidate, which section of the form the candidate can complete, and it gives instructions to the program director as to what sections of the form the program director should complete, as well as how to submit the form, either electronically or by mail. And as I indicated earlier, the current form is the May 2020 version. Bottom right here, you'll see May 2020. That is the only form that we're accepting currently. And then here is the main page of the form. There's several sections to the form. There's the candidate information section. This section can be completed by the clinician, the student. General demographic information is required in this section. Then we have the program information section. The remainder of the section must be completed by the faculty. You put in the school information as well as the program director's information there. And then the bulk of the form is this educational preparation section of the candidate. You fill in each section, each area needs to be completed either with a check mark or with the information required. And then there's the last section of the form that we call the statement of understanding. The faculty will put in their name, their title, the program title, sign, date, and print, and we do accept electronic signatures. And as I indicated earlier, this form is completed by faculty and submitted via the email address that we'll go over here shortly, or through the supporting documentation form. Now I'm going to toggle over and show you how to access that supporting documentation form. As I indicated earlier, that supporting documentation form is on each APRN page. And our APRN pages are under this title, Our Certification. And as I indicated earlier, we're going to use the F&P certification as an example. So when you're ready to submit additional documents, you've actually applied, you paid your fee, your application is already toggled over into ANCC system, and you realize I need to submit some more documents. You'll go to this page and select your respective certification that you're applying for, and we're just going to click F&P as an example. And each page will populate information referencing the actual certification. This one is F&P. You'll actually go to the end of this page here, and down at the bottom, this last paragraph says, first-time applicants. For faster service, please have your documents available in electronic format to upload during the application process. If your documents are not available upon application, you may upload them at any time by clicking here. So I'm going to click this link, and give me a second because I'll need to toggle back over to show you the form. So you'll click the link and the form will populate. And I'll show you the form here in just a moment. And this is what the forms looks like. It's the supporting documentation to support your ANCC certification. It's a one-page form. At the top there, it gives you the instructions on how to fill the form out, connect the documents. The purpose of it is to connect the documents to your record. Once you've submitted the form, you will get a notification that we are in receipt of your supporting documentation form. The first section of the form is just the student information, first name, last name, any other identifiers. And as I alluded to earlier, please use your personal email address. And the middle of the form is ANCC documentation information. If you know the name on your transcript, you can put that information. If you know your customer ID number or your certification number, you'll put that information. And then over here to the left, you can choose which type of certification you're applying for. And you'll select that from the drop-down box. And then there's a section of you attaching your documents. You just hit attach, go to your file, attach the document. After you attach the document, you hit submit. And that's our supporting documentation form. To submit the application, you've created your account, you got your documents ready, you would go to the Our Certification page that I just showed you moments ago. You would select the certification you're applying for, and then you would select Apply Online. I will demonstrate in a moment how you apply online. At the time of applying, you can also order a verification. Verification is a letter that says you're certified. You may need this letter for an employer or your state board of nursing. You do not have to wait until you're certified to order your verification letter. You can order the letter at any time during the process. The verification letter will be in a pending status until your application is updated to certified. The first verification letter is free. And when you get on the website to order the verification, you would go to the certification tab and click on verification. So let me show you how you apply online. So as I alluded to moments ago, you would go to the Our Certification page that I showed you just moments ago. And underneath that page is our 5 APRN certifications. You identify which certification you're applying for. You will click on that certification. And for this webinar, we're going to use Family Nurse Practitioner. You'll come to the Family Nurse Practitioner page, to the very onset of the page, and you'll see 2 boxes here, Apply Online or Renew Online. You'll click Apply Online. And this will prompt you to actually sign in to your account where you will be able to see the application and apply. We have a list of study aids that can be found on each APRN page that will help you prepare for your exam. I will show you in a moment where to locate those study aids on our website. Now that you've applied, you've submitted your documents, your application will be reviewed for an authorization to test. You will receive your authorization to test letter via email. Instructions will be provided in the letter on how to schedule your exam through Prometric Testing Center, the vendor that administers ANCC's exams. You take your exam, you know your results that day, but the results are sent via email. You become certified once you pass the exam, and we are in receipt of official awarded transcripts or any other official correspondence that we requested to be submitted. ANCC, once you're certified, is a 5-year certification, and we'll go over the renewal requirements in a later slide. So as I previously mentioned, each APRN certification page has a list of study aids. These study aids include the test content outline, a test reference list, and some sample test questions. The test content outline is a guide to what is going to be on the exam. The test reference list shows you the resources used to create the exam. Keep in mind, this list is not all-inclusive. So let me show you what it looks like online. You'll go back to the Our Certifications page. And that should populate there, okay. And you would pick or actually select the certification that you are applying for, as we did moments ago, and we'll select Family Nurse Practitioner. And the study aids are towards the bottom of each APRN page. So you'll scroll down until you see the actual title, ANCC Study Aids -3. And it's towards the very, very bottom of the page. And this is the section that we are speaking of. Here's the test content outline, It'll show you reference lists. And I want to explain for just a moment why you see 2 dates for this test content outline. This test content outline is very specific for exams that you will be taking on or before September 20th, 2022. This means that there is a new exam that will be launched. The new exam will take place after September 28th, 2022. So depending on, for this example, when you are going to be testing is which test content outline and which reference lists you will access. Important information for faculty. Faculty, please recommend to your students to create an account. As I've indicated earlier, this is a very important step in the process. It can be created at any time. An account allows us to match all the supporting documents to the student's file, therefore delaying the review process. And again, clinicians, students, please include your personal email address when creating your account. A validation of education form must be completed for all students. All sections of the form, as I indicated earlier, must be completed, and the form must be signed and dated by faculty. Faculty should only complete and sign this form when the student has completed all the requirements in their program of certification. Please ensure, as I indicated earlier in the presentation, that you're using the May 2020 version of the form. Students, as I've indicated earlier, or clinicians, your supporting documents can be sent to the APRN validation at ana.org email address. If you closed your application, you submitted your application, you can also submit additional documentation by clicking on the supporting documentation form on each APRN page. If a student is obtaining their postgraduate certificate, faculty, you also need to provide a gap analysis. A gap analysis needs to accompany the validation of education form. This analysis is documented on a signed school letterhead. And a gap analysis is just a document that shows coursework and or clinical hours that were accepted from a previous program. Faculty, you'll also find, as well as the students, that this statement or these forms, these templates can be found under each APRN certification page. And as I indicated earlier, all documents can be emailed to the APRN validation at ana.org email address, or you can download the supporting documentation form and submit your documents through that form. So let's talk about the process of applying. You've got your account, you submitted your application. How long does it take for you to obtain authorization to test? Our application process is estimated to be a 3-week review process from the date of payment. You obtain your authorization to test. You take your exam, as I've indicated earlier, and your test results will be emailed to you that day. Now, the test results take 1 to 2 business days to import into ANCC system, that we have information that you've passed your exam. And your verification of certification will be issued, as I indicated earlier, when your application status is updated to certified. If you pass your exam, you're certified, we will mail to you a wall certificate. And in that package will be a certificate of your certification, a pen, and a lapel pin. It takes about 6 weeks for you to get that wall certificate package. So please ensure that your mailing address is correct on your file. Kind updates for applying. Reiterate once again, transcripts and supporting documents to the main email address, aprnvalidation@ana.org, or you can also use the supporting documentation form. There's some information there in reference to ProMetrics, their website, and their FAQs for COVID-19, as well as our FAQs. All right, you've passed your exam, you're ANCC certified. How do you maintain your certification? As I've indicated earlier, it's a 5-year certification. There's various professional development and practice activities that we require or you meet criteria for renewal. And this certification renewal requirement is a robust requirement. It promotes lifelong learning and renewing with ANCC with different options available to you depending on where you are in your professional career. So the renewal requirements. For the advanced practice registered nurse, there's a mandatory 75 continuing education hours, all related to your certification specialty that is required. Of the 75 hours, 25 hours of the course content need to be in pharmacotherapeutics. So the total is 75. That's the mandatory portion of the renewal. Then there's the second portion, which is for you to select one or more of the 8 renewal categories. Keep in mind, all 8 categories are optional. You select which category fits your renewal requirements or criteria at the time. They range from you submitting 75 more continuing education hours. If you've gone back to school and obtained any degrees or completed any academic credits that are applicable to your specialty, you can select that category. If you've done any presentations that's related to your specialty, you can select that category. There's ranging from preceptor hours, if you're precepting a student in an academic institution that's at your level or a higher level, meaning if they're a pharmacy student or physician assistant, you can count those hours. And then our gold star renewal category is number 7, the practice hours. These are optional. They're not mandatory. So let's say, for example, you are in academia and you're not actively practicing in your specialty. You don't have to choose practice hours. You can choose one of the other 7 categories. Practice hours are optional now. I'll turn over the presentation to my colleague, Michaela, who will discuss the readiness test. Michaela?
Thank you, Rosemary. That was a great presentation. I am here to discuss the new product from ANCC. In preparation for testing for your certification, ANCC is now offering a readiness test that we have begun to develop for quite a few of our exams. The purpose of the readiness test is to help ease your testing anxiety and just to make sure that you are prepared to sit for your exam. Some benefits are that it gives you the actual live proctored testing environment. You can experience how it really feels to sit for your test, and also will assist you in knowing what areas you should focus on. You'll experience the same timed live test as the certification, and you will receive a detailed score report about an hour after you take the readiness test, and it will come via email. The cost of the readiness test is $85. It is about 60 questions, so it takes about 75 minutes to complete the test. Right now, it is offered for psychiatric mental health nursing, the specialty exam, adult gerontology primary care nurse practitioner, adult gerontology acute care nurse practitioner, as well as family nurse practitioner. We also are almost launched for psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner that will launch in August of this year. So make sure you look at the website and see when that's available for you to test. You can take it as many times as you'd like. There are no qualifications that you need to meet in order to take the test. So we encourage you to go to the website and learn more about that readiness test. If you do have questions, you can email us at ancc.readiness-test@ana.org. And we are definitely open to connecting with faculty and introduce this as part of curriculum or as another opportunity for education. So at this time, I will turn this over to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michaela. This is Caitlin, and I will be going over our exciting news. Many of you probably have seen the newest website that we have, or one of the newest websites, for advanced practice initiatives. And basically, this website breaks down in four different personas. So if you are once you become a practicing APRN, you'll have some content there, which is hyperlinked within today's presentation. Everyone does have the copy of today's presentation in the resource console, so all these hyperlinks will work for you. So we have content for practicing APRNs, APRN students, prospective APRN students. So if we have any undergraduate students on the line that are thinking about transitioning now into further study in their graduate studies and wanting to learn more about ANCC certification, we have the information here for you that you need, as well as for our APRN faculty to help support both the students and prospective students. Here I have visit our Advanced Practice Initiatives website today, so that gets you to the actual main page of the website. So we hope that you find these resources helpful. And again, if you have any questions about the site, we have a Meet the Teams link towards the bottom, and that's an easy way to get in touch with us. I am going to now transition it over to Anna, who will be talking about the education piece. Anna?
Hello again. Thank you, Caitlin. My name is Anna Liebeck, and I am the APRN Education Program Specialist. I serve in this role to support advanced practice initiatives in addressing the professional development needs of APRNs for continuing education. We are committed to helping you by creating educational content across the enterprise that is relevant and important to all APRNs. From the time you decide to explore an APRN career path to ongoing career needs, know that we are here to assist you in your journey. Along with all the different professional development education you will engage in throughout your career, you will find that we provide relevant content that is geared to your practice needs and long-term professional goals. We invite you to explore the Advanced Practice Initiative's website to learn more. Thank you so much for your time. Caitlin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Anna. And next we will go over our social media. So here are the links to our social media page. The reason why we recommend following us on social media is we do put important updates about promo codes that are currently taking place, webinars such as this one. As we have webinars in the future, we will post that on our page. We also find it a great way to congratulate people who have become ANCC certified. So if you message us on Facebook saying, I just got my certification, it's a great way to kind of get a shout out and have other people congratulate you for your wonderful accomplishment. We have two different groups within Facebook. So we have the graduate student group where we post articles pertaining to APRN, nurse practitioner, clinical nurse specialist articles that we find. We have information on there pertaining to the up-to-date promo codes, upcoming webinars, as well as our Preceptor Connect page, which is a great way for you to connect with potential preceptors. So typically what students do is they join the group and they'll say, I'm, for example, an F&P student looking for so many hours and looking for a preceptor in Ohio or, wherever your location is. So if you post your specialty and location, we do try to get people to join that group as well that could potentially precept, and they'll be able to read your posts and hopefully connect with you and the potential preceptors as well We'll sometimes post I'm a potential preceptor wanting to help precept a student. I'm in such and such location. This is my specialty. So it's a great way to connect with individuals. So I recommend joining that group. We also have a Twitter and LinkedIn page, which is hyperlinked as well. And right now, this is our promo code. So if you are soon to graduate and you're wanting to save $125 off of your certification application, you would use promo code APRN at checkout. Now, if you are an ANA member, you would actually save $225 if you become an ANA member, if you already are an ANA member. So you would use APRN MEM at checkout, and then that would allow you to save $225. If you are not an ANA member yet but would like to become one, that's also hyperlinked, so you'll be able to click on that link and learn more about ANA membership. And actually, that's what we are going to talk about next. I am going to turn it over to Eric Oyen, who will be talking about the benefits of ANA membership. Eric?
Thanks, Taylor. As just a reminder, my name is Eric Oyen. I'm the Membership Marketing Program Manager at ANA. And I just want to take a little bit of time and speak with you about ANA membership. ANA is the largest nursing organization in the U.S., representing the country's more than 4 million registered nurses. ANA membership provides a wealth of benefits. Not only do you get that amazing discount on ANCC certification, but you'll get free C&E, our award-winning journals and periodicals, up-to-date nursing news, discounts on insurance, financial planning, and student loan refinancing, just to name a few. Also, as an ANA member, you'll be joining a community of over 240,000 RNs across the country that you can lean on for support. ANA has exclusive online communities that allow members to connect and network with their peers, in addition to a mentoring program for both new nurses to get guidance and for seasoned nurses to share their experience. There are many more benefits to ANA membership, more than I can go into here. So for more information or to sign up, you simply have to visit joinana.org. That's joinana.org. Thanks for your time. And now back to Caitlin.
Thank you so much, Eric. So this does conclude today's presentation. Now we